What if the one thing you've been told to do with your HBAR is the one thing that will get you financially slaughtered? You've been told to hodl. You've been told to buy the dip. But what if those rules were created by the very people who want to drain your wealth? This isn't about being a paper hand. This is about understanding the game so you can stop being a pawn. Today, I'm going to expose 3 fatal mistakes that almost every HBAR holder is making right now. And if you make just one of these mistakes, you will lose a life-changing opportunity. If you're interested in this topic, hit the like button, subscribe, and type interested in the comments, and I will give you a heart. I'm not here to tell you to sell. I'm here to show you how to truly win. The third mistake is the most catastrophic. It's happening right now in plain sight, and you won't even know what hit you until it's too late. The solution to this problem, it will fundamentally change the way you see this entire market. For the next 8 minutes, we're going to give you a masterclass in the psychology of the crypto market. We will break down why your current strategy, the one you've been so proud of, is flawed. We'll reveal the 3 core problems you must solve to protect your wealth and unlock exponential growth. I'm talking about a new kind of freedom, the freedom from fear, the freedom from doubt, and the freedom to act with surgical precision. This isn't just a video, it's a playbook for the HBAR Millionaires Club. We're going to show you with crystal clear evidence the exact actions to avoid and the steps you must take to turn this fear into fortune. We will show you the kind of intel that gives you the power to go from being a hopeful investor to a confident, proactive whale. But before we dive in, let me ask you, are you a subscriber? It's been proven that watching this kind of content without subscribing is a sign you're still not taking your financial future seriously. It takes one click to join the HBAR Millionaires Club and get the kind of alpha that changes your financial future. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button now. I'll wait. Okay, let's get into the first catastrophic mistake. It's called emotional anchoring. This is the single biggest reason why most investors miss out on life-changing gains. Here's how it works. You look at the chart and your brain is fixated on one specific number, the past all-time high, let's say around 57 cents. That number is seared into your mind. You tell yourself, I'll never sell until it hits that price again. It's an anchor, a psychological trap. But here's the crazy part. That emotional anchor is a direct roadmap for the big financial institutions to manipulate you. How? They know you're waiting for that price. They know where your sell orders are clustered. What they do next is a move so brutal, it's designed to break you. Let's look at this chart. See this price action? This is where the emotional anchoring bias is most dangerous. When HBAR goes on a run, say to 40 cents, your brain says, no, wait for 57 cents. And you refuse to take any profit. You're convinced the past will repeat itself exactly. You're not looking at current HBAR news or the present market structure. You're living in the past. You're living in a void. The end. Let's just go back to the lending market because that's an interesting marketplace. They enjoyed the convergence. By the way, if you're finding this analysis helpful, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. It tells YouTube this content is valuable and helps more people like you see this critical information. The problem is that the market rarely returns to an old high in a straight line. It's a bumpy road. It's designed to shake you off. So when the price pulls back from 40 cents to 30 cents, you feel the pain of a missed opportunity. But your anchor at 57 cents keeps you from selling and re-entering at a better price. You're a hostage to your own memory. The big players watch you do this, knowing they can buy up your panic sold coins later. So, how do you fix this? The solution is counterintuitive and requires a massive mental shift. You have to stop looking at the price in dollar amounts and start looking at it in a different kind of value. But I'll tell you about that in a moment. The solution to this problem is to use a strategy called de-anchoring. It's simple, but not easy. Instead of targeting a specific dollar amount from the past, you use a combination of technical analysis and on-chain metrics to set dynamic, evolving targets. Look at these key support and resistance zones based on current volume profiles. These zones are not from a previous bull run. They are built on current market behavior. This is how you escape the trap and start thinking like a professional. The real HBAR story is not in the past. It's being written right now. A lot of people are watching this and not subscribed. If you're getting value, why not join the club? A lot of this information is for subscribers only. But emotional anchoring is just the beginning. There's a second mistake that is actively destroying your profits, and it's all about how you interpret the news today. The second fatal mistake is buying into the daily narrative. Every morning you wake up, check your phone, and see a headline, HBAR is down 5%, or why the latest Hedera news isn't working. Your brain, hardwired for drama and immediate feedback, instantly connects the headline to the price drop. You start to panic. This is the fallacy of daily narratives. What if I told you that 99% of the news today that you're seeing has absolutely no bearing on the long-term price of HBAR, and that the real news, the stuff that actually matters, is hidden in plain sight, buried under a pile of useless headlines? Here's the analogy. A daily narrative is like judging a 100-story building by looking at a single brick. You see one crack and assume the entire structure is failing. Meanwhile, the builders are on floor 75 installing the framework for the penthouse. The real story isn't about that one brick, it's about the entire skyscraper being built. If you're still watching, it means this information is hitting home. Take a second and hit that like button to let us know. The big institutions are playing a different game. They're not watching the daily tickers. They're watching for real-world adoption, tokenized assets, and major partnerships that are announced once a quarter, not every day. The real Hedera news is in its partnerships with global corporations and the slow, consistent growth of its network utility. So what's the fix for this problem? It's a radical shift in your information diet. You must learn to separate the signal from the noise, but how do you find the signal? There's a specific kind of data that the big players use, and I'll show you how to find it. The solution is to use on-chain metrics and a concept called network effect analysis. Instead of reading a headline, look at the number of active accounts. Look at the transaction volume, not in dollars, but in transactions per second. This data doesn't lie. A slight price dip means nothing if the number of active users is skyrocketing. The real news today is in the numbers, not the headlines. I'm seeing a huge number of you who have watched this long but aren't subscribed. This is a crucial mistake. Don't let the fear of missing out on a single video cost you a fortune. Join the HBAR Millionaires Club. But even if you master these two problems, there is a final, most critical mistake. It's a behavioral trap so common that it almost guarantees you will sell at the worst possible time. Here we are at the third and most dangerous mistake of all, the short-term gain addiction. This is the root cause of every bad decision in crypto. Your brain loves short-term rewards. It loves a 10% gain. That little rush of dopamine makes you feel like you're a genius. But what if that same dopamine rush is a direct tool of the big institutions to make you weak? What if that 10% gain is a calculated distraction designed to make you take profit right before the 10x run? This isn't about the price of HBAR, this is about your psychology. The market provides small gains to get you addicted. You start looking at the chart every 5 minutes, celebrating a small victory. But as you do that, you lose sight of the bigger picture. You miss the 100% gain that happens over weeks, not hours. The short-term addiction makes you greedy and impatient. You can't stand to see a small gain evaporate, so you sell. So if this is making you rethink your entire crypto strategy, please give this video a like. It's a small action that makes a huge difference. The solution is to completely reframe your relationship with the market. It's about shifting your mindset from a gambler to a builder. You are not betting on a coin, you are investing in a future. So how do you kill this addiction? The answer is in a concept called strategic non-action. It's about building a plan so strong you can't be tempted to deviate no matter what the market does. But what does that plan look like? I'll break it down for you step by step. The first step is to establish a clear accumulation strategy. You are a long-term investor, a builder. Use dollar cost averaging to buy consistently, regardless of the price. The second step is to set clear long-term targets that are based on the Hedera network's utility, not on past price charts. The final step is to automate your investment. Remove emotion from the equation entirely. The market wants you to be emotional. Your job is to be a machine. The real HBAR winners won't be the people who try to time the market. They'll be the people who had a plan and stuck to it with the discipline of a soldier. This is the difference between a gambler and a financial warrior. A final check just in case. If you've made it this far, you're one of the few who are truly committed to this journey. Don't leave without subscribing. It's your handshake with the HBAR Millionaires Club. You came here with a problem. What are the mistakes I'm making with HBAR? You're leaving with a solution. You now understand the psychological traps of emotional anchoring, daily narratives, and short-term addiction. You've gone from a fearful investor to a strategic thinker. This wasn't just about a price analysis. This was about changing your mindset. Now you see the market for what it really is, a psychological battlefield. And you, my friend, are now armed for battle. We have so much more to uncover. We've just scratched the surface of what's happening in the broader crypto market. So if you want to know what this means for other cryptos and how to spot these moves across the board, click on the video that's on your screen right now. We dive deep into the next big opportunity you can't afford to miss. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.